on into God's house.
Balls and a butthole. You're a comedic genius.
Can't goddamn lay down on the floor in your own house. Ow, you want to film it? Yeah, well.
We're the blunt people, y'all.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Blunt People Podcast, the only podcast where four fantastic and honestly above your pay grade comedians write their own segments, and we come together to make a cohesive show about a variety of topics, but typically it's sports, lifestyle, news, and personal interest. And personal interest would be me, Travis Nelson. And here's the Blunt People Podcast.
Who down with BPP?
Yeah, you know me.
I'm Chase Myers.
I'm Vanessa Don.
And I'm Erin Engel. It's great to see you all faces.
Good job, everybody. We are now sponsored.
Let's talk
we
about
are
it.
sponsored by.
I feel
we're
rich.
Sponsored by Studio 33 Games. And the game they sent us to play to decide the order of our show. Since now we're on Zencaster, we can't do the spin wheel like we used to. But now we can play Drama Mayhem, which is a board game. And if you purchase it with our referral code and you use the referral code is the Blunt People, and if you use that, you get 20% off any of their games at Studio 33. So that's pretty cool. The way this game works is we just create drama. We get to drama bomb each other. So it's kind of like an improv game.
I love drama.
They every round has one judge who picks the other two contestants, and they draw a card to find their scenario. There's a roll A, there's a roll B. We have a coin with an A and a B that we flip to see who gets what, and then we also each character also selects a quirk card, and the quirk card adds to the scene by giving you a quirk to work with. So just for an example, this first situation is a huge thunderstorm and only one small umbrella. This person one, person two, small umbrella. And the first quirk I pulled says constant itching.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
So then we act it out?
Yeah,
like,
basically.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Huh. I was like, is this a conflict resolution game? What's going on?
We got to figure out how we all fit under the umbrella.
Chase, can you turn your mic down a little bit more?
I think it's all the way
It's
down.
popping
Yeah.
on me, dude.
I might just have to pull it farther back.
Further away, maybe.
Unlike my microphone, which should live inside of my mouth.
Yeah. Look, everyone has different microphones, and that's fine. That's beautiful, I think, that everybody's microphones is a different shape and size. Yeah.
Just matters how you use
So,
it.
are we ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Do we understand the
Not
game?
at all,
Does
but
everybody
let's
have
go.
questions or anything?
I mean, like,
Let's go.
guess, like, just make
What
a
don't
scene.
you
No,
get?
I'm just.
Make it make
just
sense.
make a scene, right?
I'm sure we'll just
Yeah.
figure it out as we go. Was kind of my.
play the
Figure it out as
character,
we
right?
go. Okay. So
Okay.
I want to be judged for round one since I have the
Okay.
rules next to me. So I'll
Okay.
be the judge for round one, and let's
Oh,
see.
wait.
Aaron and Vanessa.
How is there a winner?
The judge.
Yeah,
The judge-
I choose who won the scene.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So
We're
wait,
gonna do
should the
some
winner just
physicality?
go next, like do their segment right after,
Uh,
or are we
no,
gonna do
so-
the whole game and then do the segments?
What I thought we would do is each winner, each time somebody wins, they get to decide what order, where they want to go in the order until it's all
Okay.
full.
And then they're the next
Okay.
judge.
Yeah, that
Yes.
makes sense.
Perfect.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
All
think
right, let's do
it was
it.
going to work great.
Yeah.
All right,
So
it's
Aaron,
me
Vanessa,
versus
are you ready
Vanessa?
for your
Yeah.
situation?
Perfect.
Let's do it. Give it to
Okay.
us.
Oh, this is a great one. Okay. The scenario is a crazy reason to call the emergency hotline. So like a
Okay.
crazy reason to call 911.
Okay,
And the
okay.
scenario has two roles. One of you is a kid, that's role A, and role B is the emergency operator, right?
Ooh,
Okay.
okay. We're working
Okay.
together.
Yep, and I'm going to flip
And
the
then-
coin, and I guess just
Wait, is it
arbitrarily.
Is one person A on that card?
Let's just
I
say
have to-
kids A.
I have
okay.
to flip. It is the kid is roll A, and the emergency
Perfect.
operator is roll B, and
Gotcha.
I am going to flip this coin to see who gets what. And the coin says A and B, so I
So
guess whatever
flip
lands
for
is what.
Vanessa.
Let's say just that's what Aaron's going to be.
Okay, perfect.
So
Yeah, or you
yeah,
could
it doesn't
call it
matter.
like baseball, like you throw it up like A.
Mm.
Who's gonna call it?
You
Yeah.
Who's gonna
whatever.
call
It
it?
really doesn't matter.
Call it, Vanessa.
Aaron, you
What's
can
that?
call it. Oh.
I
All
don't.
right, I'll call it.
No, guys.
You,
So it's not like a heads or tails. It says
you're
A
right. You're
and
right.
B on it.
So it
So
doesn't
that
matter.
wouldn't make any sense. None of that made sense. So
So
I whatever I flip and whatever it lands, that's what Aaron is.
okay, this side up is
Okay.
me. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, whatever this is, and I'm just gonna flip it. And you roll A, Aaron. So you're the
I'm roll
kid.
A.
And
I'm the
Vanessa,
kid. And what's
you
my quirk?
your quirk, Aaron, is you're in a rush for time. Which
I'm a
is
kid in a
like
hurry.
kind of built into the scenario, really. And then Vanessa, your quirk
The
is
operator.
you are a shampoo model. So
Ooh.
are you guys
Okay.
ready?
Okay.
All right.
All
And
All
right.
right.
go.
Uh,
Should we start with the phone call? Bring.
hmm.
Hello, 911. What's your emergency?
Hello. I'm in a really big hurry. I just stepped on a pile of ladybugs, and they are engulfing my body with their wings and spots. Please come help me before they get in my mouth.
Oh no. So you are being engulfed by ladybugs and they're up to your mouth. Are they in your hair yet? Have you tried dry
They're in
shampoo?
they're, they're in the bottom of my hair, but I don't know where the shampoo is. I'm outside.
Is your mom home? Who's
Um,
with you? How old are
um,
you?
I'm little.
And
I'm.
scene. By the way, you get a minute. I forgot to say that part.
Oh, okay. That was a
Oh,
Oh,
time.
okay.
okay.
Well, I
So
really
don't build
gobbled
up.
up.
All right.
I gobbled up a lot with that intro, so I didn't give Vanessa a fair shake at time there. But
No, it's
No,
fine.
but the crucially, what I noticed as the judge was that Vanessa was trying to be a shampoo salesman, not a shampoo model.
ooh,
So I'm going to have to
ooh.
go with Aaron for that reason.
Touche,
So
touche,
Okay.
touche.
yeah, all right, Aaron,
Always in
it's your
closing.
turn to judge. And who do you want to play the scene?
Okay. But are we going to determine? Am I going to grab my spot order in the show too?
Yeah, where you want to go?
Chase, are you always getting last or first?
I've been first on 3 of the shows, and then the one I wasn't first,
Okay,
I
I'll
was
go
last.
first.
So, all right, cool,
Okay, I'll go first this time.
nice.
I'll take it. Okay, and I'm gonna judge, and I'm gonna judge. Might as well go Travis and Chase since you two haven't played yet.
Yeah,
Okay,
Um,
you ready, bud?
let's do this, man.
You ready for this?
okay, I'll flip my
So
own
if you're
thing.
playing, yeah, okay.
Okay, I've got this is a fun little creature.
A
It's called
coaster?
a mug.
Okay.
It's called a mug rug. It's like a coaster, but it's cozy. Okay, so rug side up is gonna be A, back side is B,
Okay.
and we're
I love that
flipping.
this is you couldn't let me flip the coin. You're like, nope, I'm taking control.
She's the judge.
I'm
Okay,
not to
here
be
we go.
trusted.
Chase, we're flipping for you.
Okay.
I didn't make sense. I didn't assign whether you were top or bottom. Wait. Oh no, wait. So the backside was B. So your Chase is B.
Okay, I'm beat.
Okay. And what are the rules,
Chase,
Travis?
our scenario is it's somebody asking for a raise. So the roles are roll A goes to the boss, and roll B goes to the employee.
Okay.
Love
So
it.
Travis
So
is the boss. Chase is the
yeah,
employee.
which is great. I love a high power position.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So wait,
Born for it.
whose quirk am I drawing first, just to make it fair?
Let's draw person
Uh,
A, your quirk.
My quirk.
Travis's quirk.
I'm the boss, and I'm addicted to playing video games.
Okay.
okay.
Fair. And
And
Chase's
then
quirk.
Chase, your quirk is you need to pee.
Ah,
Oh.
Okay, I need
Gotta get a
money.
raise,
I
gotta
need
pee.
money, and I gotta pee. All right.
Okay, perfect. And we've got a minute on the clock. Go.
Hey, boss, can I talk to you real quick?
If it's real quick, I am in the middle of my dating manga hentai dating simulator, and I'm very
That
addicted. and I am way in the weeds.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I just need to talk. So I've been like doing a lot. Whoo!
What do you think I should say to
Whoo!
Haniko-chan?
Boss, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe this is not exact. Well, no, I told myself I'd do it now. Okay, all right. Look, I've been working really hard. I've been putting in extra hours. I just think that I deserve a raise around here. And if I could find out in the next like 10 seconds, that would also be great. No pressure though.
Okay, cool. 10 seconds, 9 seconds. What do you do? What's your job? I don't know who you are. I don't respect you. What do you...
That's a son. I'm your son. Are you kidding me?
Well, as my son, you should know the way to a raise is buying me the newest
Time.
dating.
I didn't give you a chance to
All
get
right.
back to your hentai game, you creep.
No, it's okay.
There's two people that were both trying to get away.
That's true. All right, who wins?
Okay. Both very good, both well acted. I'm gonna give it to Chase for the subtlety and power of his needing to pee performance.
Thank you. I've trained a long time for this.
You know.
And also for doing a classic improv thing and making yourself his son in the final.
I like that twist. I like that.
But I have a gun.
I've seen Who's Line. I know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, I never take an improv class, but I've seen enough. I know. I know the moves. Okay, I want to go. I want to go third this time. I've never gone third. Let's see what that feels like.
Okay. So I guess this is a loser bracket round.
Okay.
Ooh, and Chase
All
is
right.
judging it.
So I'm.
No,
Second
this is
and
the
fourth.
cool kids round.
That's right.
Second round, cool
All right.
kids.
Second chance.
These guys just want to keep playing improv games.
Okay, I'm the judge.
Yes, and
Travis, I trust you to
Okay.
flip. I don't have anything to flip. I don't think. Do I have a coin anywhere?
the table.
I'm just gonna flip the
just gonna
table
jump.
over. The laptop lands up, then that's Travis. So I'm flipping for
Oh, okay.
Vanessa. Heads is A, B is tails. It's heads. That's A. So
Okay.
what does that mean? So that means your character A.
What-
Yeah.
Vanessa
Whatever
A,
this card's
Travis B.
about to say,
Yeah,
I guess.
cool.
Travis.
Okay, so our situation is we are on an elevator and the overweight sound buzzes. Someone has to get off of the elevator.
Rude.
Yeah.
Right?
Now that's true to the drama thing that they're saying at first. That was very good.
Yeah. Roll A is passenger 1, roll B is passenger 2, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, so it's just
but,
all about the quirks.
should I draw Vanessa's? Yep, all about
Oh
the
yeah,
quirks
what's
this
our
round.
quirks?
All right, Vanessa, your quirk we'll do first. Your quirk is poor eyesight.
Okay.
Yeah. My quirk is always smiling.
Oh, that's my real quirk. Wait, these are my two. I feel like poor eyesight and always smiling. Like this is me right here. Like, I don't even have to act. I got this.
All
right.
right. You want to run the clock, or I got a clock right here if you want, Chase.
I can start one on my phone.
Okay.
All right, okay. And we're gonna start the scene in 3, 2, 1, start.
Boy, I think that's the overweight buzzer on the elevator.
There sure are a lot of people on this elevator. I mean, I can't really see how many, but
No, it's just me and you, and I'm truly wondering to the density of yourself. How dense would you say that you are? Because you don't look to be that large, but the overweight buzzer sound, it's going off, and I think that maybe your bones are more dense than my bones.
you look pretty tall there, sir.
No, I have hollow bones like a bird. It
I
must
mean,
be
these
you.
ain't prescription, but
I
I think you
something's
might
wrong
be a
with
little
your
too big
bones.
for this.
How much milk do you drink? And why do you
Not-
drink enough to make the elevator alarm sound go off? What's the opposite of osteoporosis?
I mean, I would say,
Osteotomuchius? You have it. You have that.
And scene.
Trev's fighting for it.
Fighting at the end. I'm not. All right. So I'm not. All right.
All right.
So points to Travis for remaining smiling the whole time. I mean, you got one job, and that's you keep smiling for the whole thing.
I was just like, be Vanessa, be be like Vanessa.
It really came across, dude. I know Jaw's got to be hurting. Vanessa, props for bringing in props. That is huge. Let's see. So I think I'm gonna have to go. I'm not gonna lie. Travis started throwing haymakers at the end, and he was really forcing. He was really forcing. Like it was like he wasn't gonna. Like he was gonna make you say, "I'm getting off the elevator." It was kind of where it seemed like. So I think if it plays out longer, I think he bullied you off the elevator. If you get the full time, and so I'm gonna award the winner.
He probably would have like broke my glasses and pushed me off.
And blamed it on somebody else.
I was a third person.
So the win goes to Travis.
All right.
Hey,
That's
all right,
fair.
I'm going.
That's fair.
Wait, Aaron's going
Second
first.
or fourth?
Chase is going third. I'll go fourth. I'll close our
Okay.
Out.
All right, so second it is. Not bad. Not a bad spot still. If I had to lose anybody, you guys are who I choose.
Choose all of my friends.
You alone can beat me. All right. So, Aaron, you're up first. Yay, Aaron.
Let's go,
Let's go,
Aaron.
All
Aaron.
right, pals. Woo! All right, I'd just like to pat myself on the back for actually researching and writing notes this time. I'm really not freewheeling. Hopefully that doesn't make
I'm
it an
proud of you.
uninteresting set. Thanks, pal. Trying to do the Trangus way. So we are circling back. My favorite topics: snacks, hacks, personal attacks. This week
Lifestyle.
we're bringing it back. That's the lifestyle. You didn't include science, which I think is what your general segment is about. But
I think that was
I call-
personal interest.
Yeah,
okay.
I went personal.
Personal interest.
You didn't want to be
small,
like science to
small
make it sound
cells and
nerdy.
stuff. He's a fucking nerd. Okay, so this week I decided to also embrace current events and internet trends because the world is on fire for Corn Kid. If you've all seen the beloved internet sensation Corn Kid, have you guys experienced?
I've seen.
I'm not up on Corn Kid.
Okay, I'll pull up a little link for you. It's like one of those adorable things. As a kid getting interviewed, he's talking about how much he loves corn, and then somebody, of course, remixed it and made it an amazing little song. So I'll take a moment. We take a moment and pause so you can all watch this video? Oh.
Yeah. The other thing I can do is if we want to
watch it later, I guess.
No. We should watch it so you can talk about it. But I could also put it into the
it doesn't
podcast,
really matter.
I think.
It doesn't matter to my segment at all.
Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't really. I'm just
So
that was
who
my
knows?
inspiration.
I know about the Corn Kid. Chase?
I don't.
You don't.
Vanessa
Okay.
is living a sad existence without Corn Kid.
Am I the only one who knows about the Corn Kid?
No, Chase
Man, I am
knows.
on
Chase
top
knows
of shit.
Chase knows
Who
Corn
doesn't?
Kid.
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought you said you did.
No, I don't.
Okay,
He
so it's just me and you, Travis. Only you and I have seen the light. I think you guys are enjoying the hell out of this.
Corn now. Should we make a TikTok?
Ooh, love corn.
Hello boxes, like
Vanessa never
can we
misses
do
a
with this?
chance to advertise.
Is that something to eat? Is that something I
Vanessa
can
dumped. Vanessa
you
dumped
did.
love corn all over our couch, and that sounds more sexual than it should.
eat?
I don't care how it
Caress me
sounds.
with your
I'm just kidding.
Make love to me on a pile of love corn. Okay,
Give me that love corn.
well, I can't wait to try
Anyway.
to lay my hands all over your love corn and put it in my mouth,
I
Vanessa.
got
But
you,
that's
I
gonna have to
got
wait
you.
till until we next see each other. But today, the topic of my snack segment is a beloved snack in my household and around the world: popcorn. Yay!
Hey.
A low-calorie, inexpensive, and delicious treat for all. So let's talk about popcorn. You guys, I don't know if you know this. I'm gonna say it. It's American, and when I say that, I mean North and South American continents. Nice.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Right.
Because
So
of the corn?
Yeah, the corn was probably cultivated as a crop around 9,000 years ago. But lots of time has passed between then and now. We don't have a ton of evidence of what was going on back there. We do know that at least 500 years ago, the Aztecs used certain types of corn they called momochitl for ceremonial headdresses and necklaces and ornaments on statues and stuff. So you've seen, like a like a nice full corn cob, like of dried kernels, right, with the husks pulled back, looking all gorgeous.
So
So
wait,
they
hold
would,
on,
as
and I don't want to get ahead, but was the invention of popcorn when one of them was wearing a headdress and it got too hot and then they started like pop, 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 pop. No?
I do not have evidence to prove that. So let's say yes.
That
Can't.
would be dope if it was like a holiday, like the 4th of July, and then you're just like, pew, 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 pew,
Ooh.
pew,
Oh shit!
and
Shit!
it's
Shit!
popcorn.
Set
Get
off
caught
the
on fire
popcorn.
during like a sacrifice. um, so there's the Aztecs. We know that they had these poppable corns. There's also record of indigenous Peruvians that toasted a certain kind of corn until it burst, and they called that pisancaya or pisancala. Not sure how to say that. And then in the deserts of North Chile, kernels of popcorn were found in burial grounds around 1,000 years old. They were dated that old. But it wasn't until 2012 that archaeologists unearthed the first evidence of popcorn in Peru. That seems like the earliest evidence, dating back to about 6,700-year-old corn cobs studded with puffed kernels. So they were still. This is something that and we've probably never seen. Right? Is it's popped on the ear or on the
Mhm.
cob? Right? We're only
I never
we
seen
go
that.
dry kernel pop. I've never seen it either. But what let's see. Uh, Early popcorn was made with dried kernels with very low water content. So like the stuff that they could probably do on the cob like that, like they would dry it out and then like toast it. Um, the resulting thing was not what we would see today, like a nice puffy white little thing. It was probably closer to like a corn nut. So like the kernel itself, still kind of shaped like that, but puffed up, dried out and puffed up. Um, we'll get back to how we got the popcorn we have
So
today
wait, so
later.
what time
Uh,
period was that of the corn nut popcorn?
uh, let's in the like thousands to hundreds of years ago
Okay, right.
before any modern technology. That's how they
So
were doing
very
it.
early.
But and we don't know, like we probably wouldn't have evidence if they like shaved it off the cob, like or like whatever they plucked it off the cob, like the little round kernels that we see now.
Mhm.
Although when you
Yeah.
picture a piece of like a little popcorn kernel, it's not flat like a corn kernel, right? Like or like a corn kernel is shaped more like it's flat on two sides and then round on the other,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
something different than what we have there. But maybe that's because it dries up and that like the little nub that connects to the cob is kind of
Oh yeah,
desiccated and shrinks
probably.
down.
Either.
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know when they take it off the cob. That didn't come up in my research. Um,
Hmm.
but I do have some more history for you. Uh, so, hundreds and hundreds and thousands, or maybe thousands of years of use by like indigenous people. White Europeans come over, they write it down in their little diaries and send it back to their kings and their queens. And they're like, look at this magical snack. Ooh, you know how they do.
Hmm.
Yes,
Guilty.
I do.
Uh,
That's just like them.
so in the those damn old 1600s Europeans.
Hmm.
Okay, so then we'll flash forward a couple hundies. In the late 1800s, popcorn was a popular holiday gift and decor staple
They come in big
due to its low
barrels
cost.
with each flavor.
Well, no, I mean, you ever seen Victorian families would like pop the corn and then string it together and make little garlands. Have you ever seen that?
Oh,
Yeah.
for like
Yeah,
Christmas
yeah, yeah.
trees and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, hang it on the hearth or the Christmas tree. Great idea, as long as there's not a dog in the house, as my personal opinion. I think it's very cute.
Yeah.
I would like to do it more.
Also, I remember being
But
a kid and they were like, "So take the needle and put it through all the pieces of
Hmm.
popcorn." And I was like, "Or what if we just don't do that?
yeah, what
What
if
if
I
I
just
don't
eat
spend
all
Yeah.
of them?
2 hours doing this?"
This kid has no sense of holiday spirit. He just wants the
No, no,
snacks.
no. I was give me that
Um,
cocoa.
Okay, so that's in the late 1800s, and then during the Great Depression, folks in the U.S. weren't getting their grubby hands on some tasty snacks in the Great Depression. They didn't have the money, so snacks were hard to come by, a luxury that many families could not afford. But that
That's
wasn't a
ironic because
problem.
usually when I'm going through a big bout of depression, I tend to overeat snacks.
Or only eat snacks.
Only
Yeah.
snacks, but you've got the money for it, baby. That's what the new depression is about.
Big and rich. That's
Oh, rich, sad Travis.
sad.
What? You just
Oh,
said it was in your
I didn't bring up the
depression.
depression angle. You're right. You're right. I
Okay.
missed the bit. I was just trying to be silly.
Sad.
Depression.
You were very offended and affronted. Okay, so Great Depression, but sugar's too expensive. People can't get their cute candied sweets and whatnot. But that's not a problem for all our old pal popcorn. Still cheap as hell. So
Yeah.
in the Great Depression, this I thought was very interesting because I never really asked myself why popcorn was a movie thing. It just seems to make sense. But that started in the Great Depression. People couldn't, people weren't prioritizing spending their money to go out to the theaters. The theaters were really struggling, and popcorn at the same time was kind of like a rising sensation for like a snack, with the cool little carts, like a little cart of popcorn you might see at the park or something, or a
Depression
fair.
couldn't keep popcorn down.
Yeah, that's fucking right. So some movie theater owners lowered the price of their tickets and started selling popcorn, which was the beginning of what we all gripe about now, like with movie theater popcorn costing as much or more than the tickets that we buy. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
But you got to
crazy.
get the people in the theater. Uh, so then during World War II, again, we've got a snack drought. Sugar is rationed. We don't get all the sweeties that we want. Popcorn comes back and is like, "You miss me, baby? I'm a great little snack. You can have as much of me as you want." And then supposedly Americans ate 3 times more popcorn during World War II. And then after that, popcorn sales sort of popped, locked, and dropped down to a low with. Sorry, I did it.
Yeah.
Um,
And you
yeah,
kept and you
with
kept doing it. That was what was impressive. You kept
the,
going.
but that is we can thank the home television for dropping the popularity of popcorn because people weren't going to the theaters. They didn't go out, and at the time we didn't. It was kind of a chore to make your little stovetop popcorn or what have you. Uh, so then, not to be outdone, after some science guys got to work on it, they invented microwavable popcorn. Microwave popcorn comes around in the 1980s.
It's here.
Popcorn's back. It's fucking huge. We're buried in it. We're like, there's probably enough popcorn to just like cover my whole house. That'd be a fun experiment.
I'm not gonna
A
lie. I didn't think that
little
that
bit of
was a '80s invention. I wouldn't have thought.
microwave popcorn.
Microwave
Yeah,
popcorn?
I
Yeah.
wouldn't have thought that
Put it put it later
microwave
or earlier.
popcorn is like a couple years older than me. I would have thought like '60s or
Yeah,
something,
yeah, yeah,
like '50s or '60s. Yeah.
yeah. I guess so.
Huh.
But the microwave
Oh
was,
yes, yeah, the
I think,
microwave. Yeah.
also just like not that was
But
your
they had
limiting factor.
microwaves. Was
Did
that
every
80s
house
when the
though?
microwave came out?
I feel
Let
like
me
Oh, yeah,
consult
that
70s
makes
maybe.
sense.
Microwave. I don't know.
I
source.
feel like I
Makes sense. But
saw.
they still had like,
There's an episode of that '70s show where they get a microwave, so I know at some point in the '70s.
Okay.
So okay, so the microwave comes from the Raytheon Manufacturing Company. They
uh-oh.
figured out how to mass produce magnetrons. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I guess the microwave oven was developed in 1946, but it just probably wasn't that available
Oh,
for a while.
it
So
was like the cell phone.
Gotcha.
yeah, sure. Only the extremely
Yeah.
wealthy had one in their car. Uh,
For a while,
A
and then now
microwave.
everyone has one.
I've got my car microwave. I wonder if it made it into cars before it made it into anybody's house.
They used to be huge.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Like a whole room. It's like a closet. Yeah.
Lots of people died. Lots of people wandered
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
yeah.
They said it was
Yeah,
a sauna. It wasn't a sauna.
it,
That,
like, oh, just
no.
got hop in there, get a quick tan. Yeah, that's how microwave popcorn came into our homes. There was a bit of controversy. I don't remember this, but it was well within our lifetimes. In the 2000s, there was a 2008 study that there's a chemical in artificial butter flavoring that was in the industrial setting. I think like meaning like if you were manufacturing it, not for us at home eating it, but this stuff diacetyl, which was used in the butter flavoring, was linked to Alzheimer's and lung damage in industrial
Ooh.
settings. And the microwave bags, were lined with perfluorooctanoic acid, PFOA.
Okay.
Perfluorooctanoic.
Perfluoroocta
Sounds like you shouldn't eat it.
perfluorooctanoic acid.
Yeah. Yeah, I think yeah. So that is also like people that were working in the microwave popcorn factories would get this respiratory disease that they nicknamed adorably popcorn lung. So,
I've heard of
and I guess
popcorn
more
lung,
recently
but I
that
didn't
same
know.
That's
condition has
where
been
it
linked
comes
I
to
didn't know it was
from.
actually
so
from popcorn. What the
I'm just
fuck?
gonna go ahead and assume from the
Yeah,
popcorn bags, from making the bags, I think. Because they had to make
popcorn
them
lung
something. What?
popcorn lung, like as a term, is it's great because it really evokes like a body horror type,
Oh man, it's like
like
a
flavor.
cauliflower
You know what
ear,
I
but
mean?
inside.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a
Yeah.
good,
Ew.
cauliflower ear and popcorn lung. I'm writing those two
Ugh.
down.
uh, so yeah, that's people are just I don't know if they died or just like had shitty lives after that, and you're like, man, suffering because you worked in the popcorn factory. What an adorable job to suffer from.
Yeah, no one
Terrible.
deserves like that from working with popcorn. Like that's not right.
No,
Yeah.
just trying
Yeah,
to
like
bring joy and
The
convenience.
Raytheon employees that made microwaves probably would deserve to get
Right.
popcorn lung more than the
Yeah,
people who
yeah,
were
yeah.
making
Yeah,
Weapons.
I wish death on
Yeah,
them.
Yeah.
hold on.
Well, we gotta wish death on somebody. It's Aaron's segment.
It's part of the policy. Yeah.
The personal
Okay.
attacks.
Well.
Personal attacks.
So here's somebody that we don't wish death on. Actually, I gotta check and see if he's still alive.
Actually, hold on.
Orville Redenbacher.
Yes.
I've been waiting on him
Is
to
our
come
man
up.
Orville still alive?
You know,
He's coming.
I
Mr.
wanted to say
Redenbacher.
about over Orville Redenbacher. It really is it's an amazing story because people laughed at him when he started out, but if you look at him now, and they were laughing at his name and his dumbass bow tie, but still,
Uh-huh.
he really did make a lot of popcorn.
He
You
really did.
can't
Okay,
take
so
that
he did
from him.
pass away in 1995.
85.
But
Okay.
he was like a farmer that was educated in science, sort of fella. So he went to Purdue and he was a researcher and he I just yeah he tinkered with a bunch of hybrid like tinkered around with hybridizing corn varieties, and in 1965 he and his partner created a kernel that would expand to up to 40 times its original size. They
Wow.
called it the snowflake, and that blew the fucking bullshit that we were dealing with before 1965 out of the water. Apparently, it was fluffy, it was delicious, lots of butterable coating, many different. It's like a
More
7,000
surface
hedron.
area.
Yeah, more surface area for the caramel or the butter or whatever you want to put on there.
Yeah.
So just let's pour one out for the Don, the Corn Lord, Orville Redenbacher, baby.
But wait, how many people did he kill in that factory though?
This is for them too.
Mm,
I
Pour
mean,
one
I'm
out
still
for
gonna
them
drink
too.
to it, but
Yeah.
Pour one out for them
for
too.
the fallen corn troops.
I feel like Orville
Well, out of
That's why
Redenbacher and Colonel Sanders were friends. I don't know that, but I feel that.
they have to be.
Yeah.
They have to
yeah,
there was
be.
a
they
really
went to the
good
same
story.
church growing up.
Right.
For sure.
There was a really good story in one of these things. My sources today were a Serious Eats popcorn history article and an article surely unbiased from popcorn.org. Um, but there a really good story was apparently Orville Redenbacher went on David Letterman in 1991. And he's like an awkward guy, like bashful and like and stuff, and he's told the story. He said, in 1970 I hired a big Chicago firm to come up with a name. They came up with the name Orville Redenbacher. Orville Redenbacher, which is the same identical name my mother thought of 85 years ago, and they charged me $13,000 for the idea. That's,
That's a good bit.
That's
but
a
now
good
that's
one.
yeah,
That is a
good
good
job,
one.
Orville.
Right? He could have done stand
That's
up.
why he's done. He kind of looks like somebody that would have too, right?
He
With his little
does.
goofy little tie and glasses. Well, that's my
Yeah.
shit.
Nice.
That's my popcorn report, baby.
Good job,
Yay,
Aaron.
good job, Aaron.
Got the juice. Thank you.
That's
Let's kick
great.
it to Nessa with the news.
All right. Well, I got some wholesome news for you this week. Nothing too crazy. So, first, in contest news, Kellogg's, you know them, Fruit Loops, Frosted Flakes, the cereal
My
people.
people. Yep.
Yeah, so they are giving you $5,000 and a year's worth of cereal to incorporate cereal into your dinner plans. So basically, all you gotta do is post yourself eating cereal for dinner, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
until September 26th. And you can be
Which
entered to win $5,000, and they're giving out one winner a week.
$5,000 a week?
Yeah, just to eat
Damn.
cereal. Which
We're
I'm
talking
like,
like a cornmeal crusted cod or like a buttermilk chicken with a Cheerio coating. Actually, I don't know if Cheerio is. I have to look up its.
not even fancy.
Right.
Like just a straight up bowl of cereal. Just be like, yo,
Really?
eat our shit instead of whatever the fuck you were gonna eat.
I appreciate how many episodes
Which,
of
what if
Chop
you
Aaron
do that
clearly
anyway?
watched because you were quick on that.
on my no, I just worked in restaurants. Trevor.
Yeah, that
I
was
never
like
watched
real
it.
quick,
Ah.
like British Bake Off shit right there. That was.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's talking about something. Let's say like a Fruit Loop beignet, or
A
perhaps
Fruit Loop
a.
crusted beignet with the frosted flake glaze.
I don't. Now I don't want to. I don't want to railroad this beautiful contest they're having. But do you guys know that Kellogg, like the
Mhm.
guy, when he invented the cereal, his goal was to market it as an anti-masturbation.
Yes, I heard
Yeah,
that.
I knew
heard
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was not aware
And
of
I
that.
didn't know
I
the
think it's
corn
And I
because
tell you what, it doesn't work.
I mean,
think the
no
idea
cereal's
was-
that good. No cereal's that good.
no, that's the idea. Is it's so bland, it makes you want to fuck less.
Kill yourself.
Ah.
Yeah. Which is it sounds
Just
weird now, but I think back then there was more of like there was more interest in a product like that because laundry was just so hard to do.
Yeah, you couldn't be coming in socks.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and then also it's not like there was a bunch of disposable stuff back in the day.
Right.
Yeah, it's all for
You
keeps.
know, like you can't just take a paper towel or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's like reusable, even diapers and shit.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
and the paper towel. You know, you had your paper towels, you had bullshit, and then you know everybody's pooping better too with all that fiber. That's helping
Yeah,
the family.
and corn,
Efficient.
popcorn.
Hello, yes.
Yeah, we will just go on to my second news story for the podcast. So, for his 60th birthday,
Okay.
this Nebraska man decided to do what?
Longest
Break a
nails.
Guinness Book of World Records. But what
Oh,
did he do, though?
did he
I
float
know
down a
you're
river in a
wondering.
pumpkin?
I saw that.
It's wilder. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I nailed it.
Nobody's happy about
Have you
it.
seen this?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I stole that
That wasn't
moment
the
from
point
you.
of
Jeff got
game.
it.
I just got excited.
Do you know if he made it, Vanessa? How's he doing?
He
He made it.
It's okay.
He died a horrible, horrible
Yeah, he
pumpkin
made
death.
it. He did it. He didn't die.
Oh,
So his
no.
family and
Oh no, Charlie
man.
Brown.
imagine dying in an 800-pound pumpkin. The worst.
Leave me.
Also,
I am the
why would you
captain.
go down with the ship as if it's like the Titanic? Leave that pumpkin.
So, do you know like
But no, so he hasn't gotten his.
so there was a
certificate yet,
pumpkin
but he
floating
did
record
beat the
before?
record.
This isn't the first.
So this dude,
Like, did he have to go as far as he went? Like, what? Like, what was to be broken? Right.
Oof.
Like he went further than he had to go. So the previous
Down the
record
river.
was
Down Earth.
set in 2018, and it was 25.5 miles.
Okay.
This guy, he decided to do the most, so he did 38
So
miles.
is that a meander?
So he left.
Is that a chill river?
First of all, he's out of Nebraska, so he was doing the Missouri River. He got in his pumpkin at
Okay.
I don't know.
Was it taking
One
some class five?
picture of the river
Like,
looked
the picture
chill.
looked pretty chill.
He's
Like, it wasn't
fine.
whitewater rafting in a
He's
pumpkin,
fine.
you know.
It's a chill day at the river.
It looked chill.
The whole
you know?
Yeah, it's not like rivers have
No.
have
It was
rapids
chilling, you know?
or
Like, it was
it's
a
all
lot
the
of
same.
parts,
It's all the
But
same.
you've seen 38 miles of it.
Jeez.
It was chill.
Haters. Haters,
Sorry.
haters, haters.
Chase started and they got me all fired up.
Okay.
I was
When
willing
you
to.
say
I
it
was
like
willing to
that.
think that
When you-
that we could judge a river. I think we like. Is it a chill river? Or is it a not chill river? Yeah, that would be crazy.
You know, I was
like
just
smash that
thinking,
pumpkin on a
That
rock.
man's not worried
like, why
about
would
safety.
Yeah.
He's
go
floating
if
on a
it wasn't
pumpkin.
going to be chill, right? But also I'm like, but and
All
he's like
day.
the biggest punk, and also he left at 7:30 a.m.
Oh my god!
Why-
Can you
why
imagine
not-
what that pumpkin smelled like at the end of the
Like,
day?
you were in the pumpkin
Oh.
11 hours all day.
Yeah.
How many
Hmm.
beers do you think he drank in there?
And also, what do you do with that husk? Like, what do you do with the pumpkin boat?
That's probably
so-
how
Oh,
he
incredible.
started.
It
Yeah,
was
he
This
probably
man is a
started
hero.
as a
in
cup
an
holder.
article that he carved a cup holder into the pumpkin husk. So you know,
Just in case you got to
there's
save
basically-
Dad from drowning in the
and then
river,
he had his
falling
family,
off
like
his
his wife
pumpkin.
and them following in a
Son,
real boat.
Drunk
just
ass
in case.
dad.
Son,
He's having
I'm
pumpkin
proud
beer.
of you for graduating from 6th grade. I trust you're a little man now, and that's why you might have to save your dad's life while he
Right.
floats down the river in this pumpkin.
He's 60. His kid's older than that.
Right.
Because my legacy is
And
more
you're like,
important than
Dad,
my
but why are
family.
you
Guinness.
doing it? Come on.
Yeah.
I want to.
I will
do
risk-
something important.
I
for
will
my
risk
birthday.
dying over this
What?
pumpkin world record.
He probably had a life jacket. I wonder what they're doing with all the stuffing.
Right, and I guess he
You said it was
carved it himself and everything, but
Innards.
he grows
You said it was an 8.
Oh, that could be a lot of
Wow.
a lot of stuff.
I,
Because it was an 846
I gotta figure at least
pound
700.
pumpkin.
I don't know how to do that equation. I have
That's
no
how many
idea.
pumpkin pies is that?
Yeah. I mean, Aaron came real fast with food knowledge earlier from the restaurant, so
least
I'm
at
just
least
going with her.
700.
Her
700 pies. That'll be 700
Pumpkin pie.
pies, Vanessa. Thank you.
Oh man, that would be
With the
that would be
Cheerio
like the
crust.
cool, like the coolest, like smallest, just the smallest superpower is you can just put your hand on a pumpkin and know how many pumpkin pies it makes.
Ooh. By the way, yeah. Like, I'll need 2 more of these.
What if you could do it with all fruit though?
This is little.
Like apples?
Are we going to go to a pumpkin patch this year and see about getting ourselves
Like-
a pumpkin boat?
3
I hope
pies.
so.
Like,
We got to go find it.
Yeah. We probably can't afford it. We probably can't afford a pumpkin
I
that
doubt
big,
they're
you
gonna
guys.
sell a pumpkin big
They're like
enough,
sold
but
by the
we can
pound.
No,
we
no,
can
we
see.
can. Big and rich. Remember, big and rich. We can do this. Credit.
And we
We
can't
take it out
Travis-
on credit.
We'll do it for the bit. You guys want to go
Yeah, we
float
might get a
39
sponsor
miles down a
to get us
river?
a pumpkin.
I really do.
I hate to see people beating. I'm sorry, Vanessa. When you told me the recent record was from 2018, I'm like, you know that's gonna get beat
Yeah.
again so soon if we're at that
Yeah.
frequency of challenges. Like, you want to go for a record that hasn't been done. Yeah, you want to go for a record that's
Honestly,
like nobody's
it's
touched.
Right?
it's like a showbiz thing
Like, not
for
even
guys
5
who are
whole
like
years.
jugglers or
Yeah.
magicians
Gotta
or
get in the
things that
book.
aren't like real talents. And you know what? I
Ooh,
take that
shots
back.
fired.
Juggling does seem like a real talent.
Hand-eye coordination.
I personally struggle with
Mm.
magicians. I know a couple cool magicians, but a lot of times you meet them and you're like, I don't know about this guy. because they
Drill
use
bank
those as
account.
credits. It's like, come see the amazing Kevin. He holds 18 world records, and then you look at the world records, and they're just like the most ludicrous. Why would anyone else think to do this type of stuff?
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's what that is.
Like you're just
guess
doing
so.
it to do it type
Way
shit.
to,
But I
way to
guess
really
that's like
reach
their
out an
comedy
olive branch
festivals,
there,
right?
Nessa.
Yeah,
Really trying to find common ground between us and
Maybe.
magicians.
yeah. You're the only one.
Trying.
Maybe we could get along.
I didn't say that. I'm too afraid.
Y'all are
I'll
like,
say
fuck
I won't
magicians.
say
Like,
guilt of a
maybe.
magician. I don't want to be on their
I will
bad
fight
side.
Chris Angel in the octagon. That's what I'm saying.
That seems
All right,
fair.
well, we'll negotiate it in the pay-per-view contract.
In the big comedy
That's-
versus
Yeah.
magicians battle that's coming.
Making us money, you
I
guys.
mean,
And then we use the money to buy the biggest pumpkin and float
Now you're
39
thinking.
miles down a river.
Oh no.
Or maybe we can make some sort of like giant watermelon canoe.
Ooh.
You know, just switch it up. Go with other giant gourds, I feel like.
ooh.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the game.
I'm hearing it.
Yeah,
And-
like we
And
just
put
gotta
some
find
cereal
something
in.
giant.
Well, we're gonna have to
and
put some
float
cereal in our
is what
dinner,
I'm
win
hearing.
some money, buy a giant gourd.
Masturbate later on.
Mhm. Well done, Vanessa.
Yeah, good job, Vanessa.
Bad job, Travis. Bad job, Travis. You ruined it.
Oh, what did I? Which time?
Right.
Number 3.
I want to talk about the Little League World Series.
All right. Chase, you're number 3.
Yeah.
Woo!
Little League World Series just
What you got for us?
The unhappiest dads in America.
Yeah.
just gonna make something out of my boy. All right, because when he was 3, he told me he wanted to be a baseball player, and so I trained him every day because of what he said when he was 3.
I have held on to
Yeah.
that.
He doesn't even remember saying
He
it.
has since said he'd be interested in theater, but what an idiot.
Right?
I won't let him quit.
Gotta hold you to
He's
your
asked to quit
3-year-old words,
17
son.
times.
In
He's
this
only
family, we
9,
didn't
but
quit. Except for
he's
me and
gonna
your
make
wife.
it.
My wife. It was a hard time with us.
I ain't raised no quitter.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, no, you guys got it. That's the energy around it. I think we set the stage well. So, the Little League World Series, the one that I'm talking about in particular is like the national one that broadcast on ESPN. So, this one in particular has been going on since 1947. Since 1957 has been a tournament of different countries and
Yeah.
stuff. Little League World Series actually just ended
Ooh.
yesterday, as of the day that we're recording. USA won, team in Hawaii won, so we got the championship.
USA.
Hell yeah.
Is there a for the World Series? Is it a team from a community, or is it like a superstar team
So
from
no,
Team USA?
it's regional. Yeah, there's a bunch of tournaments trying to decide, like the southwest of United States,
It's
and
like
the
regional.
northeast or whatever, and then from each country, that are participating in it, it's like the best team from whatever tournaments they have to win to get there. But by the time they get to ESPN, they've played tournaments for months, just to qualify for like this 3 weeks to name the Little League World Series champion. Which I wanted to be in this so bad. I never knew, like, whenever I was a kid, I never knew like how you got in this tournament. Like I never, I never knew like a
Yeah.
Louisiana team that went far in it.
Yeah.
So one of the big highlights that happened was in 2001. In 2001, 14-year-old Danny Almonte, in his first game, he threw a no-hitter. He threw a no-hitter in his first game, which this is in the
World
college.
Series.
This is in the tournament. So
2001?
there's so there's like
Little-
there's a round
Uh-huh.
robin run. There's like a semifinals, a finals. So there's a couple games
Yeah.
to play until they name it. It's like a 3-week thing. So yeah, he throws a no hitter to qualify for the Little League World Series. They get to the Little League World Series. He throws a
Whoa.
perfect game in his first game of the Little League World Series. If you don't know, a perfect game in baseball means So I'm going to say for 9 innings. I think in the Little League World Series they play like 6 or something like that. But for 9 innings, it basically means you got all 27 batters out. Nobody got on base by walk. Nobody got on base by error. 27 people went to the plate. Everybody got
Oh
out. You can
yeah.
throw a no hitter by having like walks, errors committed, stuff like that.
And you could
Yeah,
still have a score. They could
yeah.
still have
In some
right.
situation, yeah.
The other team could
If you
still
walk
score if
four
you never
straight
hit.
people
Yeah.
and they score a run, but you never give up a hit, it's still a no hitter. But a perfect game
Yeah.
is no walks, no errors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody that came up to bat got
Mm-hmm.
retired, right? So he does that, and it's
Man, just this kid
Yeah.
just fucking humiliates
yes,
these other little
Yeah.
children.
comes out. He's immediately a star. His team is from the Bronx, so he's the Bronx, New York, right? Comes out left-hander.
He's a
He's throwing.
beast.
He's throwing. Their mound is from like I think 46 feet. Major League mound is 60 feet. And Little League, he's throwing anywhere from like 65 to like 75 miles per hour. Which, whenever you break that out to a Major League mound, he's throwing in
Wow.
the 90s. So he's throwing the equivalent of the 90s, and
Wow.
so he's just shutting kids down. The next game he throws another no hitter, so
Yeah.
now he's like 2 games in, no hits. Overall for the tournament, they come in third place, and the reason for that is because he can't pitch every game. They actually have rules where he can't pitch back to back games, so he had to sit out the so he had to sit out the
Really?
semifinal game that would have got them to the championship. So instead, he has to pitch in the third place
Wow.
game. Overall, for his Little League uh, run, he faces 72 batters. He strikes out 62 of the 72 batters. He is the big
Whoa.
star
Wow.
of the whole thing. They're from the Bronx, so like the Yankees are like interested in it. They get a key to the
Damn.
city. There's a big parade. Rudy Giuliani's around. Uh,
Cute.
yeah, yeah. King
Hey.
Griffey,
Being
yeah,
a little
King Griffey
troll
Jr.
man.
calls him. King Griffey Jr. calls him to, hey, great job. The whole thing. He's this
The
beloved
kid.
kid.
Big deal.
It's this amazing story of
Yeah.
this 14-year-old that threw a perfect game in the Little League World
Uh-oh.
Series. But here's the
Uh-oh.
thing about the
Uh-oh.
Little League
Travis is
World
bracing himself.
Series is you can only go to age 12 in the Little League World Series.
Here it comes.
Oh, there it is. I heard you say 14, and I was like, hold on.
This kid is this is actually
Oh.
yes. So this is very much of his
So he is
parents
way
doing.
too
I
old
don't
to be
really blame
there.
this kid when you like kind of get into what happened.
Fake
So
birth
he's
certificate
from the
or what?
Dominican Republic. He doesn't speak any English. He moves over to America like months before the Little League World Series. He's living with like a coach that's like the best friend of his dad. Like he's just living with a coach. And the birth certificate that he goes over there with is forged. 2 years older. But here's the
Oof.
thing that's weird. I
Jeez,
read some
man.
articles like from the time I read. So this happened like August of 2001. I read an article that was like in December where they like talked to the parents and they talked to the coach and stuff, and they were saying they actually like
They
that.
know. They know this by then. How
So
long did it take them to
it's like
uncover?
the championship game happens. The next week there's like this big parade and everything for him, and then somewhere up in there, Sports Illustrated starts just looking into it because people are saying like, I mean,
Mm,
he was a skinny kid, so that he did definitely like play as like 12 years old, but his arm talent was like so dominant that you could tell.
yeah.
But yeah, I read an article that basically said that like his coach and his parents and stuff kind of like shielded him from everything, like because he didn't speak English, so he didn't even understand like backlash coming at him. Like I had read something that like when they'd ask him a question and it'd go through his translator would like soften it for him, and he was also like a very shy kid, so he would
Yeah.
answer questions like just matter of factly, so there wouldn't be a lot of like back and forth and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And so so his dad forged his birth certificate, and not really like with the intent of we're gonna go win the Little League World Series. You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
wants
He
to
just wanted
set
him to
his kid
play,
up
right?
for going into the major leagues at some point. They being 2 years younger. That actually happens a lot in the
Yeah.
Dominican Republic. There's been a couple players
Yeah.
that like once they got to the major leagues, we find out they're actually 2 or 3 years older than they were. Like they come in, Rafael Furcal
I've
was
heard that
19
before.
years old his rookie year, and then his second year he was 22 years old. Miguel Tejada was like went
Oh
from
yeah.
32 to 35 one summer. Like it happens, and also just the way they report like
Wow.
birth certificates and stuff back then, or like in the Dominican Republic, it's not like immediate. Apparently you like can report birth like years later and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not the same. It's also not the same culture around
Mm-hmm.
like age and everything, because nobody really on Danny Almonte, that's the kid, nobody on that family side actually like really still feels like they did anything wrong. Like uh and the kid
Yeah.
like I read some stuff that basically he said, that they said that he basically was taught like he was 12. Like he actually kind of didn't know his age. But I did end
Yeah.
up watching, there was a E60, it's an ESPN documentary series. And they did one on him in like 2011ish. So probably like 10 years after this all happened. And he did admit that he asked like a teammate, like how old everybody was. And he had kind of figured it out, but no like adult really told him what was going on. But yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah.
just I mean the way the media fucking attacked this kid. I mean they basically they blamed him, the whole family. Just basically like on some like real surface level, they cheated to win the Little League World Series, not taking in like any of this kid's background or what it
Right.
means for him to be away from his family. He came here without his family. He's living with like a coach, and so, yeah, so the rest of his life, basically after that, he goes on, he does play college baseball because he is good. He just was 2 years older than than the kids he was playing with in the Little League World Series. But he goes on, he plays
Yeah.
junior college baseball. He's now like a high school coach back in the Bronx. And yeah, I watched the
Aw,
documentary, went back and visited his family.
that's sweet.
He forgives his dad. He doesn't like have any ill will towards his dad and stuff like that. And yeah, but it was just this crazy story. I remember it very vividly. I
Mm.
was 12 years old when this happened. So I was like the age of the kids
Oh wow.
while it was going on. Oh, I
So you
did. I
probably
thought he was
hated
such a
him, huh?
cheater. I was
You're like, man, if I was
right.
14,
Yeah,
I'd
no, I
go
was
in.
leading the charge. I was leading the charge against him.
Chase was like, that's why 12-year-olds like me can't be there, is because
Exactly.
14-year-olds like him.
Taking our job.
But yeah, just went and it's amazing. Like I was watching some of the
Really?
clips today. I mean, this kid is just mowing children down. Just, just,
Oh, I
yeah.
love
And he
it.
had like a crazy, like he had like a real cool. His fundamentals weren't like solid, so
Yeah.
he had like. And sometimes that's like better to see, like when you see a little kid that kind of like you could tell is like self-taught or whatever, because he had like this little twist in like his delivery, and he kind of threw sidearm and stuff. And then he's coming from 45 feet away at 70 miles an hour. So it's just like it's these poor fucking dorks like have no chance of catching up to this whatsoever. I mean that's basically it. That's
Okay.
that is the Danny Almonte story.
Good
Darn.
job,
All right.
Chase.
Oh, no.
Thank-
Continue.
Beautiful, Daniel Almonte. It's so
Good job,
great that
buddy.
he's like a high school coach now. That's
Yeah.
our kid's coach. That's great.
Yeah,
That's
I
very
mean,
sweet.
overall,
I'm glad he didn't like get into drugs and like fall apart or something.
yeah,
That'd be a
yeah.
bummer.
To some degree, like I read this. There's an article I keep referencing Dan Lebitard wrote, and he's like an ESPN, like he's like an ESPN personality now, or was for a long time. But yeah, he kind of like the way his article was pitched, and it was like 6 months after it happened, and he actually like interviewed the family and stuff. He was basically making it seem like Danny didn't understand the difference between good and bad publicity for like a lot of that time. He just thought, hey, cameras are on me, like things are
Yeah.
good, things are good. Like he was kind of real smiley and stuff.
Yeah.
So like I like thinking back to like that part of it is like
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like good or bad for him. Like maybe good because he didn't like understand fully like the like American
Yeah.
media coming at him like the way that we do, but then also
Yeah.
it's like kind of like
But it probably
it's also now he's
exacerbated
like
it
very sheltered,
a little bit by like because everybody loves in the U.S. like whenever some scandal happens, we love to like pick apart like how guilty
Yeah.
someone seems about it. Like it's like
And
it
they-
makes it more or
they're-
less wrong or whatever. But like he doesn't know what's going on. He's like, hello,
he's
welcome to my
learned
house
English
or
now. So
whatever.
the interview that I watched with him, like as of today, like he was actually speaking English, and yeah, I mean he was just like
Mhm.
he was just talking about how, like, like for so long it was just like, oh shit, that's Danny Almonte, and then suddenly it was like, fuck, that's Danny Almonte, like the cheater or whatever. Like, he like felt that difference
Uh-huh.
around him, because he was a star. I mean, they gave him a key to New York City, and yeah, Kid Griffey
They didn't
Jr.
take it
gave him
back,
a
did
phone
they?
call. Like all that happened, and then the next week he
Yeah.
was a disgrace.
It's pretty major.
Yeah,
Wow, bummer.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot for
the
a kid to go through
coach,
and just like
I read,
fall
like, the
ruined.
coach that like took him in blames the dad. He like completely says, like, I thought he was 12 years old. The dad told me he was 12 years old. He ruined my life. Him and the father got like banned from any like little league World Series, or like little league at all, because
Ooh,
they turns out that coach had like his own
yeah.
league, like his own association, had like 36 teams in it and stuff like that, and he no
Whoa.
longer can be associated with
Mm.
it. And so yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, no, he was
Wow.
like, yeah,
Did he have
I
like
read
a
an
whole
article where he
club
was
Yeah,
or
fucking
right.
something?
furious.
Like
Like,
a
he was
baseball
like
club?
blaming, like, he's
Yeah. Yeah.
blaming the dad,
That
blaming
hurt.
Danny,
I
like
know
blaming the
that hurt
kid.
him.
Like, that there is an element of that. That kid knows how
Yeah.
old he is. And I definitely, well, that's the thing. I definitely thought that. And at the time, I definitely thought that. But reading up on the story now, I can see just the different
Yeah.
Does
cultures,
he?
how it
Does
would
he
be
though?
if you don't celebrate a birthday. Like, they don't
Yeah.
celebrate birthdays in like poor Dominican Republic. So like,
Yeah.
if you're 6 years old and you didn't have a cake that said you're 6 years old that day, like, would you know? Like, would you pay attention to it enough to, you know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah, right.
yeah, if your dad's telling you you're 12,
Yeah, other people have to be
then why
telling you
wouldn't you
that,
be 12?
definitely.
So
No.
the Danny
Mhm.
Almonte story. I think I'm done. I think that's everything. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Chase.
All right, good job, Chase.
Well done.
Hey, all
Ooga
right,
chaka. Ooga chaka.
All right,
Good
Travis
job,
is
Chase.
up.
Good job.
Close it
well,
I
up.
like that
friends.
one. I like that one.
I like
Well,
that.
friends.
I like that one.
It
I like
here.
that
Oh
one.
wait, I'll play the Chase one.
I like that.
I meant that shit. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. I could
like
hear it in your
I,
drawl.
I
It came
I know it's a
came
Coke
from the
Icy. I
heart.
know what I
We were
like.
You
we were
did.
talking
I
about
like, yeah.
and
Like, I'm not
that
sure what we were
stop.
talking about.
Everyone
but you
stop. No one say another goddamn word because I was trying to use that to
You're
segue
right.
into my segment. Chase loves Coca-Cola Slurpees, and boy, oh boy, the Trenga segment tonight is in a way about Coca-Cola. How do you guys feel about Coca-Cola? Are you guys all drink it?
I,
I love it.
I drank it
I like Diet
nonstop
Coke.
as a kid. Like,
Diet
my
Coke?
parents, like,
Mhm.
just every meal would give me Coke. I didn't even know
Nah.
like you could drink water. Like, I didn't even know it was an option. Which is why
Yeah.
I have such a love for Coke
Interesting.
Ices. And that just swamp trash.
How's your
Not great.
teeth?
About to get a root canal in 2 weeks. So still paying for it, baby. But I probably
Right.
would drink a Coke twice a month now. I pretty much have kicked it, but yeah, maybe twice a
Gotcha.
month
Yeah.
we'll want something. Yeah.
Good for you.
Cool.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I became interested about. I'm not really a soda drinker so much. I guess root beer I would go with. I never liked the taste of Coke or Pepsi. I just thought that like cola taste was weird, and I
Mm.
just never got into it. But Kelsey, our
Yeah.
friend Kelsey, shout out Kelsey Scharnhorst, Doctor Kelsey Scharnhorst. Uh, she sent me some primary literature that I found very interesting, and I wanted to share with you guys because it turns out Coca Cola is becoming more
Bad
and
for you.
more used in the medical world. There are research papers coming out about different ways to use Coca Cola in medicine,
Huh.
and I thought that was
Huh.
very interesting. For example, like a
Yeah.
lot of feeding tubes and stuff like that, if they get gunked up, they use Coca Cola to kind of like get down there and like clean it out. Like I think it's because it's so cheap and simple. Like you could theoretically put together like a chemical compound similar to Coca-Cola that's not Coca-Cola and use that, but it's like why do that when a Coca-Cola is like $1, right? Like you can just
Just soak it in Coke and then rinse it out. Or sterilize
right.
it or whatever, huh?
So
I
that's been
Yeah, I was about to. I've seen people do that. Like, you can
I've
like
heard
Easily
get
all that.
buy
rust off by
Coca-Cola.
pouring Coke on it.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard you could get like
Yeah.
rust off your engine with Coca-Cola, but
Right. So they started
Because it
using
turns out
it,
you
and
shouldn't drink it.
especially
yeah, but
like
I didn't know you could use it in the hospital.
It's got
it's
other applications.
it's acid. It's straight up battery acid.
yeah.
Unless you get it from a doctor.
Yeah, so and there's a lot of research
It
of people
needs to be
using it
prescribed.
for that kind of thing. But what's more interesting is the increased amount of research, especially with like Greece, Japan, Korea, and Chinese scientists have been they've been experimenting using Coca-Cola to help people who have fecal loma. Now,
Something about their poop. They got poop problem.
it's poop.
They got
It's
a poop
when
problem.
yeah, it's when they can't pass poop. It's like a fecal loma is like a hard like chunk of poop that gets stuck in your like rectum or whatever, and you can't pass. People have different disorders and stuff that makes it so like they can't digest certain foods, so you wind up with just a big hunk of shit stuck in
Right.
your asshole, right? Right.
Everybody
Right.
say
So
Vanessa.
Right.
I have
Right.
one, a two, a
We're
three.
doing this as a team. We're doing the
So,
Trangus segment as a team. Let's go.
Yep,
Deep
gotta do
breaths.
it.
Deep breaths.
Gotta do it. Everybody hold strong. It's about Coca-Cola and poop.
Are they gonna blow the coke up their butts?
Hold on,
Coca-Cola
Yeah,
Aaron.
you don't
in
like
them?
it when we spoil
Oh my
yours, huh?
goodness. Is this
It
is
is.
this about the pumpkin thing? Is that what this is? Ah,
Oop.
all right. Hold on. So the definition of fecaloma, by the way, so it's
Coca-Cola
the actual
enemas,
definition is a
huh?
large mass of organized, uh, hardened feces causing impaction, mostly in the rectum and sigmoid colon. Okay,
Also sounds
uh,
like a Red Hot Chili Peppers album.
it does. Yeah. By the way, Chase, when you make the thumbnail for this, you can call my segment "Rectal Cola."
Yeah, I can't wait to find a
That's
picture
what
of
I
that.
think. I thought that'd be a good one. Yeah, I can give you a photo, but you're not gonna like it.
Like RC
so
Cola.
most of these fecalomas, and this is all from the 2022 Journal of Health and Allied Sciences, by the way.
Brand new.
So
Brand spanking
yeah,
new.
so most of these fecalomas can be removed through digital evacuation. So one of these.
Digital.
Yep.
Oh, I was like boop boop beep 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 boop boop boop.
Just a robot.
In my head, I heard it like that song "Physical." Like it's time to get physical. I just heard like it's time to get digital.
Finger digits.
It's time to get digital. Digital. It's time to get.
Take this finger up your butt.
So, and they also, bowel cleansing enemas, oral laxatives, and the worst thing is a surgical intervention, which is sometimes required, and that's like you can die from that. So they want to not have to do the
From taking
surgical.
poop out of your butt with surgery?
Yeah. If it's like a big enough chunk in there, like it's an invasive surgery. It's very dangerous.
What?
Right. But that's what they're finding is if
that's like the
if some of
last
this other
resort,
stuff
right?
doesn't work, you can put Coca-Cola in your butthole,
Yeah.
and that does work.
Just shake it up, take the
yeah.
top off. Popper.
Nah, you gotta drop a Mentos in it and shoot it right up there.
So can you not just drink it and it does the same?
Right. The use of that's great. Thank you for that visual. I'm just picturing like the Coca-Cola polar bear going to the polar bear doctor, and his doctor like cracks a Coke, and he like reaches for it, and he just pushes his head down and shoves it up his asshole.
Chase, that's your thumbnail picture is the
Yeah, that's the photo to use.
With
The
bear's
use of
little paw
Coca-Cola.
just
Yeah, the
up in
thumbnail's gonna be a polar
The use
bear
of
with a
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola can shoved
can.
You get
Yeah,
it.
can.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I
The
can.
bottle is so much better designed for this.
I love my
It's like
segments.
2 liters.
The use of
God.
Coca-Cola for the treatment of gastric gastric phytobezoans, which is what they call. That is another
So we
name
got a
for
lot
the
of poop
fecal
up
homeless.
there.
Poop hardeners.
Yeah, and cleaning blocked feeding tubes is well established, right? So that's what I was saying.
Well
They use it
established.
for the
Right.
feeding tubes or whatever. The dissolution power or the dissolving power of Coca-Cola is a result of the pH of 2.6, which is extremely acidic, due to carbonic and phosphoric acid, and the mucolytic effect of sodium bicarbonate. So mucolytic means it cuts through mucus. So like if you got like a bunch of mucus in your throat and you drink Coca-Cola, it's going to clear that up. And the carbon
Coca-Cola nutty
dioxide,
pot.
yeah, the carbon dioxide bubbles also help with the mucus. And there are only 2 previous reports prior to this one about using Coca-Cola in your butthole. Though all reports in
Oh, really?
literature,
This isn't a well-studied topic?
no, it's new. This is new science. This is cutting edge.
I have to really take deep breaths during your segments, Travis.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
Okay.
Though all reports in literature report use of Coca-Cola, any cola should be effective. They just went with Coke.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
go
like
with the brand name.
they're trying to
Not
get
using-
sponsored.
There's
Yeah.
no RC Cola
Diet
up
Coke,
in here. You go
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
No.
Right. They said Diet Coke,
Right.
Coca-Cola, lighter zero containing like aspartame as a
No.
sweetener may be more suitable for use in like diabetics. So they're like, yeah,
So
if
they
it's
don't take a bunch of
diabetic,
sugar up their asshole? Yeah.
yeah, maybe use aspartame
You
in
just
their
like you
butthole
just
if
so
they're diabetic.
clearly should
Um,
not drink this stuff. Like that's it's like yeah, that is like all I'm hearing
Yeah.
whenever you're saying all these things that it can be used for. It's like this is a drink.
But
Like,
she'll put it up your ass though.
like this is the most unhealthy
No.
drink.
Coca-Cola, it's so funny because it's advertised
Right,
as a
like, it
beverage,
comes in
but
a
what it
can
really
that you
is
can just
a very
take.
fantastic
Right.
universal
You
salt.
could fix your car with it. You could unclog yourself. Like that's insane. Like those two use like yeah. Get rid of a cold.
Okay, it's time to talk
Oh,
drawbacks,
what could be wrong?
guys.
What could be
Time to talk-
wrong?
There's a
You
drawback?
kiss yourself.
There's some drawbacks. Although no complication for use of Coca-Cola has
there's
been described, the thinned out wall of distal megacolon may be prone to perforation as a result of barotrauma due to air insufflation and release of carbon dioxide bubbles. I'll explain all those words. I just love big words, and that was so many good big words. So distal megacolon,
Barotrauma.
I think we all get it. Barotrauma, that's damage done from pressure. Right.
Like the
And
inside of a you're turning your fucking rectum and colon into the inside of a balloon, and when you take the air back out, it's all nubby and
Not
weird.
nubby.
no,
Thin.
or it'll actually just if you're forcing too much air in there, it can cause some of the thin tissue to actually like break.
I don't
Yeah.
want it to break. I don't
It
want it to break. I don't want my tissue to break.
No,
I don't
Aaron,
want it.
look,
Even
you gotta
worse.
Even step
worse
up,
than
be an
being
adult,
nubby.
and have this conversation about squirting Coca-Cola in your butthole and how it can make your butthole break. Okay, this is the thing adults do.
Okay. Doctors.
This is scientists.
new science.
This is science. This is brand new, just cutting edge. Mortality rate may be as high as 33% in hospitalized
Jesus
Christ.
patients with fecal,
Breaking.
especially in the presence of colonic perforation.
What?
So that's not mortality rate for
35%?
like doing the Coca-Cola. That's in doing surgery to get the
I
fecal
mean, still, that's
Okay.
high though. That's
Yeah.
still high.
Sorry.
33%.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was
die
saying. It's
from
like
that
it's really
surgery,
it's a really
and
sensitive
then the
area.
alternative is shoot
Okay,
Coca-Cola
I was
up your
thinking,
asshole,
Yeah, that's why it's like, right? If they're like, there's a 33 chance that you'll die if we try to get this hardened shit out
That
of
sounds a
you.
lot safer
Or
now.
we can just
We-
kind of like run
we,
some Coca-Cola
we just go to the
up
vending
there.
machine right
you know?
quick, and
You do some jumping
Yeah,
jacks and just
if you give me
uh,
that option, I guess I gotta be like, all right, man. I guess let's go buy a Coke. I mean,
Right? Like you could
do
do
I?
this at home
yeah,
too.
Is it on you?
yeah.
Can
you please
can you buy
buy
me
me
a
my
Coke?
asshole Coke?
All right,
Yeah.
so you're
So
telling me.
Your insurance doesn't cover the Coca-Cola.
so there's
Like I already paid my copay, so
when I was looking through the articles, one was in Korean, so I couldn't read it, and there
I
wasn't
thought you were about, I
there
thought you were
wasn't a
about
way
to
to
flex and be
transcribe
like,
Wow,
and
it.
luckily
Travis.
I speak Korean, so.
Yeah, someday I'm gonna bring that element, and I'm gonna surprise you guys with it. I'm gonna just you're all gonna wake up in Korea, and I'm just gonna be like, well, I hope you
It's gonna
guys
be a
learned
real now.
Korean. I did, and then I'm gonna leave you there.
It's a real now you see me trick. Yeah.
Travis just gets us all booked over there. He's like,
and there
"You guys
was
got
there was a
passports,
couple
right?
articles from like 2008. There was one from
Everyone free
2015.
in 2
Those are the
weeks."
two I think they were talking about when they said there was only 2 times this has been tried. All right, no more yawning.
Wow,
Jeez.
that's so interesting.
Whoa.
Wow.
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 I
All
never
right,
thought about it like that. Okay.
so they there was 2 cases in this paper of new cases where they tried out the Coca-Cola up your butt, right? And that's what it's called medically in this cutting edge field of science.
Yeah.
So first one was a
There's no need
72-year-old
to be
woman.
soft about that. You might as well call it what it
No, I mean if the poop's not going to be soft, why should you be, right?
is.
You're here.
The first one was a 72-year-old woman who refused surgical treatment after finding out about the 33% mortality rate, which makes sense. And
Yeah.
then they advised her about the Coca-Cola. They told her, which the way they said it in the paper was hilarious. It was that they received informed advisement about it, and it's like,
Uh-huh.
man, but what a to be a fly on that wall. Of like, look,
Uh,
there's another thing we can do. This is going to sound crazy, but
and perhaps you've tried it at home before.
Now,
how do you feel about
Kind of.
Coca-Cola? Oh, you love it. This is going to be easier that you love it. A Pepsi guy? Shit. No. So
I
what
wonder
they did,
if they said all cola works, so Pepsi probably works too, right?
That would
yeah,
be
but
great.
they have only used Coca-Cola.
That would be
for
great
this,
if you went
so.
to the doctor wanting this procedure. You're like, "Can I get the Coca-Cola in the bottle thing?" And they're like, "Is Pepsi fine?" Like that would be.
We only have Pepsi products.
Well, the funny thing is, the reason why they've only used Coca-Cola is because that's the one that they started using, and they don't know specifically why it works so well. For the reasons I gave is why they think it is, but there's also that thing where they're like, yeah, but if we switch up the soda, it's harder to first of all, it's harder scientifically because you're using something different. So the results, if the results are different, that's not good research. But also, if you switch it up, what if it doesn't work? Now you've squirted a shitload of Sprite up someone's asshole, and it didn't even help them. You know what I
God
mean?
damn it.
Oh.
It ain't gonna be Sprite.
So
I'll tell you that much. It ain't gonna be Sprite.
no,
Yeah,
Sprite would
maybe
hurt.
root beer.
McDonald's Sprite.
Ooh. Ooh.
Everybody think
Okay,
about it.
Everybody think about it and what that means.
Okay.
Like
So-
I was just imagining
Little-
being on a bidet with Sprite. And I'm like,
Yeah.
A little suicide.
What a visual.
Mix them all together.
A suicide.
Imagine you could just have a bidet and be like Coke, Sprite, water.
That's for fun.
The total was 990 milliliters. So 3
Okay.
cans of Coca-Cola. They put up her butt.
The
She
recommended
expelled. What is? There's not even a recommended amount. They're just like, how much do we put in here? I don't know.
Yeah.
You take 1 can every 6 hours until your symptoms go away.
So she expelled 2 liters of shit in Coca-Cola. So it did work a little bit. It cleaned her out a little bit. But this woman actually wound
That
up
wasn't
still
it.
having.
2 liters
What?
wasn't it. 2 liters wasn't
You're-
it. She was still clogged up.
Yeah, your sound sounds weird, Chase.
Oh,
Cool it.
I'm just determined to ruin everything.
Yeah, why?
I don't know, dude.
Finish
I don't
story.
want.
Finish
I
the
don't
story.
want to.
All right. So she wound up still needing surgery, but it did clear out like a good amount of it. And then the second one is my favorite. Did you yawn again, Vanessa? Not during my segment.
Is the
Uh,
surgery? Do
the,
they
the,
shove a whisk up there and spin it around a few times and really break that thing up?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think they have to like use a colonoscope to go up there and like, or no, they have to like actually cut into you, and like that's why it's so dangerous. Is like if you can't get it out
Damn.
with like through your butthole, they have to go in through like your side and cut all the way into your
Oh
rectum
fuck.
to like remove it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So then the second case is this 37-year-old man. This one's crazy because um, they put 4 liters of Coca-Cola inside of him.
At once?
They put a
It wasn't.
colonoscope into him and they just pumped 4 liters of Coca-Cola into him, and then they had him
That's
roll
so. That
over
like.
a bunch.
Didn't that
That's
like make your stomach
so much.
explode?
Roll over.
I feel like I've seen a
Yeah, so
MythBusters about that.
they were just kind of rolling him around, kind of jiggling him, just kind of shake him up a little bit, right? And then he spent an hour shitting over 10 liters of fragmented and liquid. And it's funny, they made sure to say it was foul smelling stool, but I
I'm
don't
sure.
imagine anyone doesn't think that's the worst smell in the world. Um, and and my favorite part was with the woman, they had the follow up where she needed surgery. This guy disappeared. They never heard from him again.
Yeah.
He's like, look, I had a crazy day at the hospital and I will never go back.
Look, I'm gonna go
Don't
mind my
blame him.
He
business.
moved to
I do not
Colombia.
blame him.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
done.
You gotta. Like I'd be like, I need to be in witness protection. This shit is-
He went to work for Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
He's like, I sell drugs now.
I'm
So
in
that's my
pharmaceuticals.
segment, guys. You can put Coca-Cola up in your anus to clear it out.
With the doctor's
Man.
I'll
supervision.
never look at a
probably.
Coke the same.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
crazy.
never look at Coke the same.
Coke should make like a stool softener. That should be
Yeah.
their. I'm gonna
Ooh,
pitch that
yeah.
to them.
Okay. Get
Yeah,
out
like
there.
it could be like a tablet or something that you could just be like, or maybe.
Gotta be better than the rocket shot up your asshole from 2 liter. Gotta be.
Does it?
So far, gotta be better.
I mean, I want you guys to think about what a 2 liter of Coke looks like.
Oh,
And then
I
talk
know,
about
I'm trying
it.
to
about
think
it all
about
the
it.
time, bud.
Yeah.
Way ahead.
Like I don't even want to drink a 2 liter.
No. Can you imagine
Okay.
the burps? That's unreal. And then, but there's so much stuff inside of him. There's so much stuff.
Yeah.
In his butt.
10 liters? Ew.
Yeah,
Eh.
it was real gross.
I
Real
know, I was
gross.
freaking out.
That
over the
actually
2
made me
liters.
sick a little bit. I was like, oh, when I was like reading about it. I didn't realize they were going to get into that. But you're
And then
welcome.
you
Yeah,
gave
This,
that to us. Thank you.
look, that's
Yeah,
a Trangus
'cause
segment, baby.
I definitely felt that too. I was like, okay. It's okay. I don't drink Coke.
Oh,
Never again.
God. Okay,
Jesus
well,
peace. Like,
what a
Good job,
delightful
Travis.
show. Good job.
Good job,
I
everybody.
feel like
Good
we covered
job.
a lot of bases. We covered a lot of bases.
We did. We covered just like, I mean, all of your movie snacks have been covered tonight.
We did.
Might have changed. Maybe you're
You
like,
know?
I'm good for the popcorn, but I'm good on the soda. No, thank you.
I feel like this should be called a league of their own.
Beautifully done. This
Cool.
yes, this has been gorgeous. Record breaking
Should I wrap it up
episode.
here?
Yeah.
Well, thank you everybody for checking out the Blunt People podcast. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Blunt People YouTube, which is where we have all of our shows. Subscribe and then go through and like and comment on our videos and tell us how much you love
Yeah.
us. That always
Tell
makes us
us.
feel good.
Please.
Say Travis, yuck in the comments.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, if you want to.
No, be supportive of me. Also,
Do what you want.
subscribe and follow Buckets of Ducats, Chase's podcast, and check out my YouTube channel. I just got to 1,000 subscribers. So
Yeah, congrats, bro.
Woo! Go Travy
Yeah.
Trav.
And we got all the funny sads on there, the old ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. All the
So
old funny sads are on my YouTube channel, and now that we have a new YouTube channel, that's where I'm posting the new ones. So cool. Check all
yeah.
that out.
Would
Leave us a 5-star review, and keep being you, bud. Doing a good job,
You're doing
whoever
great.
you are.
We
You're
like
doing
you the
great,
way you
person
are.
yeah.
A. Person A, person B, you're both lovely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Sometimes.
and don't forget to check out Drama Mayhem, a great board game where you get to start
Like
drama
it.
with your friends.
I
Use our
like.
promo code Blunt People, the Blunt People, all capital letters, the
What's their
Blunt
website,
People, no
Travis?
spaces. I will put their website right here so everybody can see it, but I don't have
Perfect.
it memorized.
Boom.
Yep. Yeah,
Rad.
look in the about for all the links to 33
Yes.
Studios and Drama Mayhem the game. Cool. Thanks
All
guys.
right.
Appreciate
Love
you. Check
you.
out next time. Bye bye.